15 here at Genesee Community College in Batavia, New York. I am Lauren Countryman.
And I'm Caitlin Trout.
The theme for this year's show is inspired by the beauty of the desert. Like a Fata Morgana mirage, it will feature rapidly changing views as desert colors bloom on stage.
A Fata Morgana is a superior mirage that is seen in a narrow band right above the horizon.
It is also the Italian name for the Arthurian sorceress Morgan Le Fay, the woman behind the timeless legends of mirages.
This is the 34th annual fashion show, allowing us to continue yet for another year to provide the community with amazing presentations as we have the largest and longest running show in Western New York.
Our show is produced by fashion merchandising and design students under the guidance of our professors Donna Earhart and Rick Dykowski. Whether the models are walking among the wildflowers, preparing for battlefield, or desert beast turned beauties,
our fashion students are sure to wow the crowds again this year. They have been busy rehearsing with more than 140 models who will appear in the 12 scenes today.
Let's go meet the designers and scene coordinators. Hello, we're here with the coordinator and designer of all the clothes for the scene Opulence.
Kathy, amazing work and congratulations.
Thank you.
Please give us some insight on who you are and describe your scene.
I am a sophomore in the fashion program, and my scene is basically like based on the desert and like Sex in the City. It's like resort wear, so there's a lot of flowy pieces, there's a lot of jumpsuits. Just like I wanted the girls to feel real sexy, but like they can be comfortable at the same time. So
Love it. Thank you.
What is your most memorable experience with this year's show?
I think the whole thing in general, just like from the beginning, just getting the designs, getting the fabrics, you know, putting the garments together, really using my creativity. That was probably my favorite thing. The whole thing.
What intrigues you most about fashion and design?
I love that you can be creative. There's really no rules to fashion, and it is what it is. You can do whatever you want. I love creativity. I respect creativity. So.
Exactly.
Name someone or something that inspires you to create your design.
I love Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl. I guess that's more my personal style, but like my designs are Valentino, Galliano. I know like people are like Galliano, but I love controversy. So
Me too.
Yeah, so just like everything on the runway, I just love it. So
Perfect. Okay, what are your hopes and plans or dreams for your future career in the fashion industry?
After I just got accepted to LIM, so thank you. So I'm gonna be going there for 2 years to get my bachelor's, and then I'm gonna be studying like merchandising. I want to get into the other aspects of fashion, instead of just design. So after that, I want to do a little bit of everything in fashion, like the styling, editing, working at magazines, all that. I love fashion.
Me too.
Well, it was so
You guys look great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck with all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your career. Hello, we're here now with Amy and Kylie, the coordinators of the Festival Haze Scene. With Coachella having just occurred, this is super exciting, and you guys must tell us a little bit more about yourselves and your scene.
Hi, well, I'm Amy. I'm a fashion merchandising student at GCC. This is my final year here. And I'm Kylie, and this is my final year. I am a fashion business student.
Perfect. What do you believe was genuine or unique to your scene in the show?
So our scene is actually inspired by Coachella and all the different music festivals that are happening right now. So we believe that's unique. That's never really happened before. And we wanted to take like more of a casual and fun twist to it. And also our merchandise is from New York City. It's provided by Buffalo David Baton. And we actually got the rest of it from Lord & Taylor.
Awesome.
What inspires you guys the most in terms of fashion?
Coachella does. I'm inspired basically by any kind of musician that I like, and I see what they're wearing, any celebrity. I really love celebrity style just because it tends to be higher end, but they also do a lot of lower end mixing of pieces, so that's always interesting for me too.
Awesome. Thank you. Who would you want to see wearing your ensembles or to be inspired by looking like the ones you selected for the scene in today's show?
Me? No. I'm inspired by like Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, like they're the major players, but Gigi Hadid and any of the supermodels you see at Coachella, even just like everyday people. I love looking through the Stylecaster photos of photos at music festivals and stuff, it's just interesting to see what people wear.
What is your personal style, go-to look, like what you wear to school or something you feel comfortable in on a most daily basis?
Personally, my go-to look is minimalism because it's just easy to pull off. Like if you have nothing in your closet, like just go black on black. Like it's always a good look.
Agreed.
About you? More casual. Just go with it, wing it.
How can you describe the feeling of finally experiencing show day and watching all of your hard work and creative ideas come to life?
Personally, it's nostalgic for me because I worked last year. I actually did what you did, and also I helped coordinate a scene. I was an intern, and now doing my own scene, I see how much hard work goes into it, and it's almost bittersweet because I don't want to leave now, but it's a lot of fun.
Good.
Anything?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
And good luck with all your endeavors, guys, and good luck today. Thanks for sharing with us.
I know, can't wait to see your scene. We are here with a coordinator and stylist of the final closing scene of the 34th Annual Fashion Week. Tell us about the woman behind the ideas, how, and why.
Okay, well, my name is Leica Anderson, and I'm a fashion business major, and my scene title is actually called Sundar, which is a Hindi word for beautiful. So my whole interpretation was that all women are beautiful no matter where we come from. We all have different backgrounds, and then it's also a Hindi word to represent me in a way.
Love it.
Beautiful. Being selected for the final closing scene, what feeling do you want to leave viewers with?
I want them to feel joyous, happy, like, wow, that was beautiful. Maybe get some people inspired to get married.
Yeah, beautiful wedding gowns. Agreed.
Okay. Women's bridal trends have become so modernized in recent years. Aside from the chic classic styles, is there a style that you absolutely love or would want someday for even yourself?
For me personally, I love saris. I would want to get married in a pure white sari, just like, I know it's supposed to be red, but I would do white just for Americanized, but still using my culture involved. I'd love to see more people like that.
Love it. I agree too. Thank you.
We're here now with another one of tonight's amazing coordinators of the scene. She's actually a design intern for our Brijan scene. It was really amazing and super chic. You have to tell us more and what we need to know.
Okay, the design was after Brittany, who's the designer of the scene. She can't be here today, but that's okay. She modeled it after herself and her sister. They're both very, not cliche, but very out there and going. They don't follow the trends at all.
Very cool. Do you feel that your mood affects your outfits, designs, or style choices?
I think yes, because I personally, I don't go with fashion trends. I wear what I want when I want.
I love that.
Is there someone or something, maybe even a designer, that inspires you maybe for the show?
I think Coco Chanel does.
Very cool. How important is it to you to be involved in this event, both personally and for your education or career?
I think I really like being involved in the event. It's something big. It happens every year, and I learn new things.
Very cool. Very cool. And was this your first runway style show?
Nope, this is my second. The first one I had was in Sanborn Boasties.
Very cool.
In your scene, do you consider your designs to be embracing newer, more edgy trends, or showcasing more fashion staples through your own design perspective?
I think it's more of myself and Brittany and everyone about carefree, do what you want, set out your own example of fashion.
Very cool. Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
sharing with us. Good luck. We're behind the scenes at GCC Fashion Week, and now here with the coordinator of the scene, Transcendence. Please introduce us and tell us all about your scene and who you are.
Well, I'm Angelique Corey. I am the designer of the scene. I designed all the clothes that were featured in the scene.
Did you pick out any styles that you like or just something that you thought would fit the theme?
I did it all based on my inspiration, which came from the theme.
Okay.
My inspiration came from plants and animals that you find in the desert, so like the cactus, the armadillo, and each design is inspired by a specific animal or plant.
Very cool.
So, do you have a line or brand?
Not at the time, or not at the moment, but who knows, maybe in the future.
Yes, sounds good.
Now I know your collection featured a pencil skirt, am I correct? Did you have a pencil skirt in your collection?
It was more dresses, but yeah, there were some pencil style.
Very cool. What was like the basis of the designs of your collection?
Like I said, each design is inspired by a plant or an animal. So I had all kinds. I had some I haven't even heard of before. I actually did a lot of research for
Very
this
cool.
scene, so I got to learn more about what exactly lives in the desert. So it's nice because you learn more.
Yeah, a little
by doing
learning
this.
experience.
Yeah.
Very unique. What is one word you would use to depict your scene and or collection to others?
I would definitely use the scene name Transcendence, which means to exceed or go beyond extraordinary limits, because this is actually the first costume scene in the 34-year history of the GCC fashion show.
Okay.
So it's definitely something new and something different.
Agreed.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. And we're dying to know your secrets. Obviously, your scene is very unique, but how did you take your ideas to the finished product?
Well, it all started with sketches, my inspiration, trying to humanize like these different animals and plants and take those important features and put them into the garments. So like with the rattlesnake, the rattle is like the main focus, so I wanted to put that into it.
Okay.
What was the most physically or mentally challenging portion of preparing for the day of the show?
I would definitely say just making sure everything got done, hair and makeup on time. We were really close with timing with that one. And just making sure nothing fell apart. We had a couple mishaps here and there, but we definitely overcame it and it came out wonderful.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Yeah. And what is fashion and why has it become so relative and important to your life?
For me, I always dress kind of different than most people. It was a new way to express myself, and I could really play, and I'm an artistic person, so it kind of just, I can put that out and let everyone see it. I can express myself to other people.
Well, we loved your expression of yourself.
I know. Well, thanks so much for sharing your thoughts and perspectives with us.
And good luck. Thank you.
Hello, we are with the coordinator of the Oasis scene and the designer of all of the apparel shown. Amazing work. Please give us some insight on who you are and describe your scene.
Hi, my name's Abby Wilcox, and I'm an entrepreneurship major here at GCC. This is my second year doing the fashion show, and my scene was basically all evening gowns, and I based it off the desert and like the Arabic sort of inspiration, and just like the flowy nature of that. Love it.
Cool. What was the most memorable aspect, I would say, looking back, of this fashion show?
I would just say the teamwork that my scene had, that we had a lot of, moments, kind of like Project Runway, where you had to just, get it together really quickly, and we were able to function and communicate well enough to actually succeed and make it happen.
Very cool. What intrigues you most about fashion and design?
I really love fashion design. Even though after I'm done with GCC, I'm going into culinary, I love that it's artistic, and there's just constantly, more you can do with it. You can constantly think of new designs and think of, what people wear, what people want to wear, and I think that's just really exciting.
I know you were inspired by a lot of the Dubai, like Arabic inspiration for this theme, but in this show and others, what inspires you to design, or with you said culinary, like what inspires you?
I really like to be creative, and I would say one of my biggest inspirations is my parents and my grandmother, who was also a seamstress, and I always try to keep them in my mind and think, what would they think of this? Would they think that this is, classy? Would they like this? And I think that's always they're big inspirations for me, my parents, my family.
I love that. And how do you want your customers, like those in the audience today, to feel when they are wearing your designs?
I want my customers to feel comfortable, but sexy and classy at the same time, because I feel like when you have dresses that you don't have to show too much skin to be sexy. Like, the confidence should show through the clothing.
I say that all the time.
Yes, good.
Unanimous. And what are your plans for the future? I know you guys have done a fabulous job here at GCC, and you're moving on, so what do you hope to do?
Well, after this, I'm going to the Culinary Institute of America for pastry arts. But after that, I'm going to have my business degree, I'm going to have my pastry art degree, I'm going to have a bakery, and hopefully somehow I fit alterations and dresses in there somewhere.
Hello, we're here with the hardworking coordinator of the scene, Benny Vidi Vici. Ariana, tell us a little bit about who you are and the details of your individual contributions to this year's show.
Well, my role in this fashion show this year, I was the project manager of the planning committee, which is a committee that's in charge of the general management and make sure everything runs smoothly and that everything flows and is cohesive. Okay. And I also had to see, like you said, Vini Vidi Vici, which is with designs by Candace Cooper.
Okay, cool.
What was the most physically or mentally challenging part of preparing for this very day?
Honestly, carrying all the stuff, the hair, the makeup, up the hill in bins and like heels with rollers in my hair, and I'm just like kind of a mess, but we made it work.
Good.
It's always what happens at the end that pulls everything together. Who or what inspired the name or style of your scene?
The name Vini Vidi Vici I picked because it represents what I did in this fashion program, and I'm graduating this year, and it means I came, I saw, I conquered, and it's transferred in Latin, and it's exactly what I did in the program over these past 2 years.
I love that. Yeah. What is something that you hope to share with people in terms of fashion and style?
Wow, that's a good question. It's just very self-explanatory, and just do what you feel, wear what makes you happy.
I love it.
Since all your scenes and all your participation in the show was dependent on a budget, do you guys think that you can be fashion forward on a budget?
Always. If you feel confident and you can work it, it'll be workable. You have to ask to get, like Mr. D says.
Yes, good answer.
What did you want the selections you made for hair, makeup, and accessories to say to the viewers?
I wanted it to be very enticing and represent sex appeal, but classy and be very sophisticated and just look great, glamour.
Well, thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Now here with the coordinators of the scene Among the Wildflower. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and your amazing contribution to the 34th Annual GCC Fashion Show, ladies.
Well, this year we were both on the planning committee, and we did the children's scene. And
our inspiration was very bohemian and natural, so we had the children wear flower crowns like this and just floral lace and natural clothing. So
love that.
What was it like to finally see all your hard work and your amazing, cute little models on the catwalk?
Kind of a relief, because I felt like we were rushing to get everything done and everything just came together. So,
do you have any advice for someone who is just starting to get into the fashion industry, whether it's career or education?
Work really hard and don't give up. There'll be times that you want to, but just keep going. Work really hard.
Was there any one person in particular who helped you, or maybe someone that really just contributed to your scene success?
I would just say each other.
Yeah.
We're roommates and we just spent a lot of time working together, all-nighters.
Yep.
Pulling this together, so.
But yeah, working off each other.
Yeah.
Very cool. What aspect of your scene development, model selection, or garment selection really speaks to the audience about who you are and what your style is?
I would say the flower crowns, probably.
We put a lot of hard work into them, and I think it says what the scene's about.
Yeah.
What was the hardest aspect of incorporating children's fashions with the Fata Morgana theme, or did you find it really easy with the clothing stores you worked with?
We thought it was going to be more difficult.
Yeah. Lord and Taylor, we found clothes in Gymboree, and
they were really helpful.
Yeah, because I feel like that style of clothing is becoming more popular for men, women, and children now. So.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank
with
you.
Us. Guys. Welcome back to our behind-the-scenes interviews with this year's show and scene coordinator here at GCC Fashion Week.
We are so lucky to be here with Amber Cohen, who coordinated the opening scene and designed some amazing garments.
Tell us a little about yourself and your exciting scene, Battlefield.
Well, I am a sophomore here at GCC. I'll be graduating and moving on hopefully to New York soon. My inspiration for Battlefield was the everyday struggles that you go through, whether it's a breakup, whether it's an illness, a loss of a family member, just that we all have a battle that we have to defeat.
I love that.
In regards to your answer, it seems that you're really trying to relate to your potential customers and just people in general and generate an emotional appeal. Would you agree with that? And tell us about how you try and do that.
With the emotional appeal, I feel like it's an armor that we wear. Clothes are kind of an armor to keep maybe even the real people that we are hidden, or to show the real people that we are. And I believe that my clothes allow you to do both.
I agree. Who do you see wearing your garments?
I tried for the most part to keep it a little bit more modest. There are a couple pieces that you can't really wear to work, but I wanted to keep hemlines lower and not a lot of skin, just because I want most of the stuff to be able to wear to the office or something of that nature. Just 20-year-olds that have a respectable job.
Like that.
Do you have a brand?
Oh, I do not.
That's all right.
I don't particularly like my name, so I'm working on to change that to something that is more marketable.
Very cool. What are your goals and hopes for the future?
I'm hoping to go to New York, whether it's next spring semester or sooner. I'd like to go to FIT, and then I'm not interested in really branding myself, but more as going into an already marketable brand, like Ellie Saab, Oscar de la Renta, people like that.
Very awesome.
We love them. And thank you so much for filling us in on your design and your aesthetic and career aspirations, and good luck with all of your educational and career goals.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, we are back and joined by these two young women, the creative minds of the scene titled Bear. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and your scene for this year's GCC Fashion Week.
Hi, I'm Eunice Gong Park, and I'm from South Korea, and then I'm studying merchandising here, and then I did coordinating for Scene Bear.
I'm Jocelyn Eid. I'm from Olean, New York. This is my last semester at GCC as a fashion design major, and I did all the apparel for the scene.
Very cool.
Did you guys request anything rare or uncommon maybe for your scene?
Nothing really uncommon. One of my models is wearing a faux fur coat. I thrifted that, so it was kind of a little extravagant and different from everything else. So that was probably the thing that was like most uncommon.
Very cool and unique.
Yes, very unique. What is one thing you would have liked to know 5 years ago regarding where you are in your fashion career today?
I would have liked to know how difficult it is, like the sewing process and how long it takes to really just practice on that more. So,
Yeah, actually, I have imagined like what's going on, what was going on in the backstage, and then 5 years later now, and then I know like what is going on in the backstage, and then how we work together. Yeah, it was very cool.
Good point. What influenced your hairstyle selections for your models in your scene, and did anyone else feature similar styles that you saw were like a trend throughout the show?
everything was really natural to go along with the bear aspect. So I wanted all the models to have neutral makeup, just flowy hair, and just keep everything that would make them feel comfortable with their hair. I didn't want anything too extravagant, so yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us more about your overall experience and how it feels being the day of the show?
It's been really great. I've enjoyed this so much. It's such a great atmosphere here. Everyone's worked so hard, and it's been really a great experience here. So.
From beginning of this semester, we start to work with Fata Morgana, and then each step we walk through, it inspired me a lot. Yeah.
Can you guys just tell us what you wanted your viewers to feel about your design and mood throughout this scene, and how you feel now after the first show and waiting for the second one?
I wanted the audience to feel, get the sense of like what my models were portraying. They were having like very serious kind of like sultry looks on their face, and I wanted them to just feel glamorous. I wanted the audience to like see that shown, so.
Well, thank you.
Guys, good luck.
Good luck.
Here we are with yet another scene coordinator, another amazing designer among all of our designers seen in the show today. Lady, please tell us a little about who you are, your scene, and your garments.
My name is Tiffany Hill, and I just recently had my logo made by my cousin Justin Smith, and I'm very appreciative for him. My logo is my clothing line is T. Lachey. The T is for Tiffany, the Lachey comes from my middle name. My scene is Midnight in the Desert, translated in French to Minuet Dessert. Really, my inspiration was